and he doesn't. Kind of a shitty little goblin. He doesn't really know what he's aiming for, so he tries to take a swipe at your arm as you're looking up at the mountain. He runs out from this side and jumps down the little 8-foot embankment. Not enough to really cause too
Mm-hmm.
much of a problem for him. He kind of like doesn't jump down it, but he kind of like slides down it and closes the gap and swings his sword at you. And let's see here.
What should I roll? Dex
No.
first. Oh God! What are you gonna make me throw on my saving throw?
So let's see here. I should have opened this in a different tab, but that's okay. Oh, I can see that here actually. So the goblin definitely catches you by surprise, and because you're listening, but you're kind of expecting something to come from this thicket of
Mm-hmm.
trees and brush, but you end up getting surprised by this goblin who slices right at your arm, but because you weren't expecting it, we're going to go ahead and
Good luck, Ricky.
I know. I thought we were switching places first. Oh God.
no. So that goblin lands a critical hit against you because you're caught off guard, and
Oh, I can't even save it at all.
in this situation, if you
Fuck.
want to, I will say you can.
Well, I mean, if it's gonna body me, yeah, I would like to. I only got 12 hit points.
Yeah.
Well, is it a surprise attack though? Because he wouldn't be able to save on that.
Well, this particular goblin, since it's first stream and everything, this particular goblin rolled a natural 20 on his
Oh my
initiative.
God, what the fuck?
So he rolled a 20 on initiative.
On his initiative, which means he gets the
Yeah, he
first
gets-
So
move.
he's
Yep.
first, which is why he's running in now. So I was gonna. No, I'll say it's not a surprise attack because you did intentionally try to keep one ear open
Mhm.
on that. So
So wait, he rolled a 20 on initiative or attack?
it was on initiative. I'm
Initiative.
mixing stuff up.
Oh, okay.
That's still scary though. He can go first. Fuck.
Yeah. So it runs up and because it rolled a you can see in the log what it rolled on the attack. Where is it? Or on the DC check. It rolled a 21, but that's with the +4, so
I can't see your
17.
rolls.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't see
Yeah.
anything.
All right. Well, it rolled
Last roll I see is
17 plus
is
4.
mine.
So it was not a natural 20 on the DC. I got mixed up in my head. Like I said, new to this, so just
You're good.
bear with me. So, yeah, let me see what type of saving throw would this be then. I guess go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw would be for this, and just see.
All right, let's see what happens. Oh my fucking God, dude. Why am I getting low rolls every fucking time?
So
The odds are not in your favor, my friend.
Fucking hell no, it's not.
at the last second, you hear this loud screeching, and you look over just in time to see him swing a sword, and it cuts right across your arm. You do dodge out of the way just a little bit,
How
and
much damage?
you take, we'll say you take 4 points of damage, 4 points of slashing damage, and
Ow.
you jumped kind of. Oh my god, why is it refreshing? Let me know
I'm
if
at
the map
8.
is gone for you guys or if it's still there because it just refreshed on me.
It's still there for
Still
me.
there for
Okay,
me,
cool.
yeah.
Still there for me.
So you jump back, taking 4 points of damage, and now your
Oh, we
gaze
got a
is
little
just
goblin.
fixated on the goblin. At the same time as that is going on, before Thick Dick has any chance to even turn around, another goblin reveals
Oh my
himself.
God, what the fuck? We're getting jumped, bitches!
Ambush!
this app would cooperate. There we go.
Should I
And
say it
this
a little
goblin
slower?
runs up, and he also, these goblins aren't super smart, so he also slides down, and he tries to run and kind of do the same thing to Thick Dick. And he, with this one, let's see,
Homie made a mistake.
he also takes a swing at you, and he is coming from the side because your attention is kind of towards the goblin that's still up on the hill where the arrow was fired from. But you were able to see this one coming a little bit more, so he definitely doesn't get like a sneak attack or anything either. But he swings his sword at you, and you definitely see him coming up, and he, you're able to turn and raise your swords just in time to catch the sword and kind of like push the goblin back, and the goblin stumbles backwards a couple feet
I
and
call him a bitch.
just kind of like shrieks at you while shaking his sword and his other fist around like a shitty little bokoblin from Zelda.
Dude's about to get the smoke for sure.
So let's see here now. And at this moment, we will say it's Zaya's turn. Zaya, what are you gonna do?
Can I see either of the goblins from where I'm at in the cart?
At this point, yeah, like you heard like a little bit of commotion, and you poked your head out, and so you're kind of like standing on top of the cart so you can get a good view. And so from on top of the cart, you can see the goblin up here is kind of just sitting there fumbling around with his bow and arrows.
Okay. I am going to cast Vicious Mockery on the one that I can see fumbling around.
You can see that one, and you can obviously see the two that are in the road that it just attacked as well.
Oh. I'm gonna do Vicious Mockery on the one that attacked Ricky then. Wherever that one is.
Okay, give me 1 second here. That I had
And he has to beat a wisdom save for that. Of 13.
One second, everything's loading super slow for me right now. Been having internet problems all god dang day.
That sounds
It's
promising.
true.
Good old
Look
Xfinity.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm wearing Crocs, so remember that when I start attacking.
You better put him in speed mode.
No, they're in luxury right now.
Boy, you just got attacked. You better put them things in speed mode and get ready to fight.
I don't got time. I don't need to.
I've already
These
dropped
goblins,
my
these goblins are
dropped my
bitches,
cloak.
bro.
Okay, so
I already dropped my cloak. I'm ready to go.
let's see. So you said it needs a wisdom saving of 13.
Yeah.
17.
Man, I thought goblins would be stupider than that.
Oh wait, no wait, hold on. That was not the. Or yeah, that would still be the save, right? Because I would just roll.
Yeah, it would be whatever and then minus
Yeah,
whatever for the goblins.
Yeah, so
Or
18,
plus whatever.
18 minus 1. And it rolled an 18.
Those bitches. So I shout an insult at this goblin. I say, "Hey, goblin, you might actually get him next time," but he doesn't seem fazed by it.
The goblin, was it the one closer to Ricky or the closer to Thick Dick?
Closer to Ricky.
Ricky.
Yeah, closer to me.
So this goblin is just like super focused because he just landed a hit and he's like in the battle zone. He's not paying attention to jack shit else. And then at
That will be his downfall.
At this moment, or was that all? Did you want to move at all, or?
I'm gonna move off the cart, not all the way, because I'm still a little apprehensive of if something's gonna approach the cart, but I am gonna move maybe like 15 feet, so like half my movement just in front of the cart, sort of between the cart and the rest of the people.
I'm just gonna cover the rest of this part of the map because there's nothing else over here that you guys need to worry about. Alright, so
Thank God there's only 3 fucking goblins.
there,
Well,
So
at the rate
far.
we're going,
and you're about, say, here.
well, at the rate you guys are going.
Okay, so next we have this goblin decides to slide down because he can't get his bow working because it's just he's fumbling around with his arrows too much and he dropped his arrows, and so he tries to come down to pick his arrows up, and he
Mm.
slides down and notices that his scimitar, little sword, is still kind of on the ground, and instead of picking up one of the arrows like he probably should do, it's a dumb little goblin, he picks up the scimitar and he tries to run straight over and tries to climb over this horse, and he just barely manages to get over the horse enough to kind of take a swing over it at Balthazar, and let's see. And he definitely misses. He takes a swing and it just misses, and he falls over the horse and kind of scrambles backwards a little bit.
That
And
goblin sucks.
I was about to say, curb stomp that fucking goblin.
he scrambles
My
backwards
pleasure.
just enough.
Fuck.
Let me see where we at for this. So next, Thick Dick, you're up.
What am
Alright,
I, chop
boy.
liver?
You rolled a 14. Thick Dick rolled a 15.
Yeah, ding dong.
I thought I rolled higher than
I'm
that.
going last. Alright, Thick Dick. Light him up, boy!
Hey, so I'm fighting that one goblin, right?
You can attack
one that-
whatever
the one that-
goblin you want, but this is
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna
goblin.
attack
one
the
that
one that
came
tried
at
to
you.
come at me. Yeah, he's getting the fucking smoke.
Gotcha.
Let's go. Get his
So,
ass.
So I have his sword blocked like this still, right?
You pushed him back.
No, you
so
pushed
your,
him back.
Your
Okay,
swords
okay.
are out and free.
Ready.
Right. So I lunge, try to go for just a stab right through his chest.
With just one of the swords.
Yeah, just one.
Okay.
I'm still using the other one to block, so just in case.
Okay. So you keep it up just in case the goblin has like a counter attack or something.
Yep.
Perfect. So go ahead and under the attacks, roll the hit / DC on the sword that you're doing.
Let's
16.
go.
Nice.
Not
Let's get
bad,
fucked.
not bad. So you lunge forward. You have one sword ready, kind of just to parry, and you're pretty pissed off at this point. So you lunge forward, and you go to stab the goblin. Go ahead and roll for damage.
7.
7. So you lunge forward and you stab the goblin, and you kind of hit him like in his upper stomach, lower ribs, and the sword goes about 4 or 5 inches deep before the goblin stumbles backwards and kind of just starts coughing and like shrieks really loud. And at that point, the other goblin kind of looks over, and he's just, this gets his attention a little bit, and it's a little worried because I don't think they expected you guys to like put up much of a fight. There's a bunch of little scavenger bastards. Do you want to stay here or do you want to move?
I'm gonna kill this goblin. How much life does he have left?
You don't know that.
Oh, okay.
You guys.
Well, I'm gonna if my sword's still in him, then I hit him with this sword and try to get his head off. Dude's getting cut.
Okay. So,
Do you have a bonus action?
well,
I was just about to say that.
he has the
I
dual
have
wielded
two
skill.
attacks.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, he's got the what's it called?
Dual wield.
Two weapon fighting. So
Nice.
he can
Get his ass.
he can swing. He just doesn't get any bonuses or anything. If he were to get like a bonus from something, he just with the second attack he wouldn't get a bonus. Okay, so He does back up just enough to like get free of your other sword. Go ahead and roll the hit DC on your other sword to see if your slash if it hits. Definitely
Fuck.
hits. Go ahead.
Let's go,
roll for
dude.
damage.
Get high damage, baby. Thick dick taking him out. Oh, you motherfucker.
Only one less than
Alright.
last time. It's not terrible.
So, right as that happens, you kind of really want to drive home that like you're gonna murder this goblin, and so you stab forward, and then you come forward with your other sword, and you cut him right across where the stab wound was, but he backed off of, so he's now cut across the chest, right over the stab wound, and at this point he falls to his butt, and he kind of just like tries to scamper back a little bit further.
That's gonna be the word of this. That's gonna be the word of this adventure, huh?
Yep.
And do you move anywhere, or you want to shift your like? What do you do? Because you could still move.
I mean, he's pretty much wrapped up at this point. Let's run towards Ricky Spanish.
You
Make
want to
sure
get
he's good.
like between him and the goblin, or you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then you
Ooh, I'll let you.
immediately you
Homies for
recognize
life.
that hey, Ricky's still hurt, and that goblin hit him pretty good. So you put yourself between the goblin and Ricky Spanish, and at that point you're just kind of readied up, ready to help wherever you can. And at that,
Yep.
it is now Balthazar's turn.
I take aim at the goblin that came over the horse, because I'm assuming that's the one that almost hit me in the face with the
This
arrow.
is the one that shot at you. You are correct.
Then I'm taking my revenge, and I'm attacking him.
Let's see what that magic do.
Okay. What are you attacking?
I'm gonna use my Eldritch Blast.
Oh my god! He said, "Fuck this goblin."
Okay. And so you gotta. Are you just gonna like? You need a verbal command of some kind. So you're gonna like just yell out Eldritch Blast, and you gotta kind of like do
Fly 'em.
something
No.
as well.
Come on.
Yeah.
What?
All right.
What?
So go ahead and let me see with this real quick.
What are you to scale? Did you say BLP kosher?
What? No, I said blast.
All right. Go ahead and roll the hit DC square on that to see what that does.
I got a 12.
Yeah. So you attempt to cast the Eldritch Blast at this goblin that had just tried to lunge at you after already trying to shoot you with an arrow. But this goblin was able to dive out of the way, just narrowly avoiding the spell.
Why you
And
suck?
you unfortunately have
Oh my
missed.
god.
Would you like to move anywhere, or
I'd like to try to hit him again, but
You can't. You suck.
I'll move 15 feet back, give myself a little bit of space in case he tries to attack me again.
back like this way?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll say you go this way, like closer to the injured goblin. And with that,
Oh my god. My
you would
bonus
think it's
action
Ricky
is
Spanish's
2 weapon
turn,
fighting.
but it
It's
is not.
not.
At that moment,
Oh no way. Fucking goblin turn. Fucking Christ.
what we got going on here, let's just go ahead and show you guys the rest of this map.
So it's super wild. I also have 2 weapon fighting. I'm swinging twice at this motherfucker with a battle axe. Or I can knock 2
Two
arrows.
weapon fighting, you would need a weapon in each hand.
Yeah, it does.
No.
So I'll allow you quickly knocking a second arrow and trying to take a shot. with a second arrow, but typically 2-weapon fighting would be like 2 small, like light
Ooh,
weapons.
might have to switch to. I might have to switch to short swords to get that fucking double action.
Wait, hang on a second.
Yes.
The one that I'm using has a +1. Would that be for damage or would that be for the hit DC?
Let me check your wand.
Because I have my wand of the War Mage.
Yeah.
It's pronounced Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Attack. That would be attack.
Oh, that'd be attack. Alright, never mind then.
You can see it if you click on the title. It'll open up the side menu.
Oh.
He said, I wanted to hit that goblin.
Even
Man,
if
you can say that again.
All right, so then we got this fancy looking goblin up here now, and he runs up and seems a little bit smarter than the other 3, and decides
That's the fourth goblin?
there's a 4th
Yeah.
goblin, and he
Oh,
runs up
God.
and he
Bitch
takes
just ran like
aim,
30 feet.
and he pulls out his bow, and actually this goblin does not have a bow. The other goblin did, but he dropped his arrows. This goblin does not have a bow. He just has a sword. So he also tries to slide on down here.
Oh wait, my turn's over. Shit.
And
Damn it.
he is going to
Fucking idiot.
try to attack Thick Dick because he just saw Thick Dick deal some damage and heard his little goblin buddy cry out. And
got
let's
fucked.
see. And and he tries to swing at Thick Dick, but I mean, you heard him coming. Goblins aren't very stealthy typically.
Ain't shit.
They can be, but these ones are not very bright. These seem like kind of some real shitty goblins. So you notice this one come down, and you take a quick step back as he tries to slide down and swing, and he ends up swinging right past you and just falls and lands on the ground here, and then
Dummy.
stands up and just doing goblin shit. And with that, it is now Ricky Spanish's turn.
All right.
Light 'em
how far is that goblin from Michael, from Thick Dick?
They're both
Are they-
about 8 feet away,
Oh
roughly.
fuck! All right. All right.
The
Let's see.
the bottom one here that just attacked Thick Dick is about 1.5 feet closer to you than
Mhm.
the far one is.
Okay, still not in range. I have to move up a couple feet to hit him with the battle axe because I'm coming with the battle axe.
So I mean, I could definitely
So
have you run at him. If you want to run at him, you can. 'Cause
yeah,
you get 30
move
feet
me.
of movement speed.
Yeah, give me move me up a couple feet because I just have to be within 5 feet of him.
Okay.
So if you move in, yeah, that should be fine right there. And I'm gonna attack his ass with my battle axe.
Okay. Let me grab this real quick, and then do this. Go ahead and roll the hit DC. And just a reminder, only this far goblin has taken damage. So you try to hit this goblin right here, and
Oh, what the fuck?
you do hit it. I will say you do hit it in this situation because you kind of like are running at him, and he is still in the process of getting up because he fell over. So why don't you
let's go.
go ahead and roll for damage, and whatever it is, we're gonna subtract.
In the actions one, right?
So
Yeah.
the hit DC square, the square next to it's the damage one.
I got 2. I got 1 D8 plus 3 and then 1 D10 plus 3.
Let me take a look at your stuff real quick.
Yeah,
See
I
what
was
you
like, I
got.
don't know if that's because I have the battle axe. I don't know what it is.
Action. Yeah, let me see that. Allows you to proficiency with the battle axe allows you to add your proficiency bonus to the attack roll for anything you make
Let's
with
go, dude.
it. So
Could I roll that?
Yeah,
That
go
allowed. Let's
go
go.
ahead.
dude.
Well, it's tough because you're a fucking ranger and you have a battle axe, which is not a weapon you normally use. But we'll say you're
I
proficient with
know.
it, and that's why you have it.
My proficiency is +2, like total character, but
Yeah. So,
let's see. What's on it?
you can either roll the 1d8 plus 3, and then on top of that add your +2. But we're gonna say you're gonna whatever the total that you do is we're gonna -3 off of it
Oh, for what?
because you
'Cause you only
normally
roll
would
a 8.
miss. You
Oh,
rolled
that's
Yeah.
hella
fine. That's
fucking
fine.
low. I'm
Sorry,
being
that's fine.
nice. So you can either roll. Okay, it was
Okay,
that
so
the
that would be a
1d8 3.
13. That's the 1d8 plus 3.
Now hit that. So the proficiency +2, so that would be 15. So 12. So
Mm-hmm.
you hit this goblin for 12, and then really, I kind of wish I had like a physical pad and paper here for this. It'd be a little easier. Cool. So
What am I taking out?
perfect.
What am I taking off?
So hit point values aren't something that like you guys will know of in the world. It's kind of like just a thing for like the DM.
Right.
But I will say that he also gets knocked to the ground as you swing the axe and kind of cuts real deep into his arm and knocks him over, and it kind of sends him
Does
flying,
he
and he
does
rolls.
he still have function in that arm?
Yeah,
Okay.
it hits the arm and it cuts him deep enough to where it looks like it's pretty gnarly, but the force of your blow causes him to kind of fly towards the wall, and he rolls across the ground and then kind of starts to stand up, trying to like move his arm just to make sure he could still use it to like swing a sword or something, and he definitely does. And at this point in time, this goblin is gonna try to. It's now this goblin's turn, and he's gonna try to retreat as much as he can. So he's gonna try to go to like about here. He's kind of trying to make a break for the bushes back here, and that's all he's gonna do. Now we have the goblin here, or yeah, I guess this is what he would do regardless. This one is still untouched, and he's gonna run up and he is gonna try to attack Dick Dick, and he is going to. So this one runs up, and Dick Dick, you're a little distracted at the battle axe that was just swung, because you thought for sure that that swing was gonna miss, and then it somehow the goblin didn't move out of the way and it connected. So you're a little bit surprised. You still see this one coming, but when he comes, he kind of like trips and does like a little somersault, and so you're not really sure like where to block. And then he stands up, and as he's standing up, he slices up and kind of cuts up at your chest. And let's see what the damn Bojian is. And we're gonna go ahead and say it does 4 points of damage because you're definitely still on guard, and it hits your armor and everything, but it doesn't do a terribly large amount, but he does do 4 points of damage, slashing damage.
Do I change it on my sheet?
Yeah. And then after that, he's going to jump back
Got
a
it.
few feet because now he's a little wary because now 2 goblins have taken pretty heavy damage, and he's dealt damage himself, so he's feeling confident, but he doesn't want to press his luck, so he does jump back a little bit. And with that, it is now Zaya's turn.
Okay. I think I want to go after the one that's trying to retreat He's not up the cliff, right? He's like at the bottom of the cliff. He's not
Yeah, there's no way
up
up
an incline or
the
anything.
cliff to the south. There's no
Okay.
way up that you guys can
Cool.
see.
15 feet tall.
I can see it. It's just, I don't know if he's like on part of that.
Is that the one that I fucked up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
but
It
he's
is
trying to
that
run
one.
away. I'm gonna go to him and I'm gonna attack him with my rapier.
Okay, you run up and go ahead and roll the hit DC on it.
God, it's a 2 plus 5. It's a 7.
So
Man, we're all getting
as you get
bunky.
We're
ready,
having shitty
This is
luck
a
tonight.
terrible luck.
as you ready your rapier and you go to thrust, the goblin, as it's trying to crawl away, throws his hands up and starts like, no, wait, no, please, and starts pleading with you, and this is kind of the last thing you expected. So you kind of
There,
stop for
show
a
him no
second
mercy.
and you drop your rapier, not dropping your guard, but it was enough to stop your attack short to try to hear what this goblin has to say. So you're kind of just like guarding this goblin now as he's trying to get you to stop, while still trying to make sure that you're keeping an ear out at least for everything that's happening, kind of in the middle of the little gorge right here. And with that, we're rolling. Or did you have
Sorry.
something else you wanted to do? You have
So
like a bonus action or something, because that was your action, right? And
yeah, I do a bonus action. Because I'm not sure if I'm going to engage this goblin because he's pleading with me, I'm just going to turn and look over my shoulder and give bardic inspiration to the first person I see, which would be Balthazar.
Oh my goodness, Boots, what the fuck?
Let me. God, where is my bardic inspiration? Because I gotta.
I'm reading it right now.
Here's my.
Yeah.
Oh, don't fucking walk on the goddamn.
So
Walk on.
once within the
Thank
next 10 minutes, the creature can roll the die.
See you later,
And
bud.
the number rolled to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw it makes. So he could just. All right, so Chris, the next time you go to make an attack, you can roll an additional. You can make the attack roll, not the damage, but the roll to see if your
Hit
attack hits.
DC.
Yeah, and then you can roll an additional d6 to add on to it. Is what her bardic inspiration does.
Okay.
And with that, it is now this. Or did you want to move anywhere? Or you want to stay standing over this goblin?
I'm gonna say standing.
Okay. With that, it is now this goblin's turn, and he's gonna try to run up from. Let's say he runs up to the bottom and he tries to get this goblin, and we're gonna see if. Holy fucking shit. Okay. I'm a bad DM. I can't react to shit. He tries to grab his hurt friend to get this hurt goblin out of here, but as he's trying to do that, he drags it about a couple feet before the strap that is on his chest snapped because it was mostly cut through from the axe. The axe actually ended up hitting the front of it a little bit as well and kind of severed the strap a little bit. And then this goblin kind of ends up falling backwards and doing like a backwards somersault, and then ends up sitting on his ass. And yeah, from there it is now Thick Dick's turn. You guys seem to have the goblins on the defensive at the moment.
We can't hear you.
Michael, come on, dude.
Yeah, Michael.
Which one did
yeah.
Evan hit?
Evan hit this one down here that the
By the
other
horse's
goblin
butt.
just tried to save or tried to kind of take away, but he wasn't able to get it because the strap that he was like trying to pull it from broke, and so he fell over and sat on his
Okay.
butt. And then this one's here. It's still got this massive cut on its arm, and then you still have this goblin here who is untouched entirely as well.
Let's just hit whatever one's closest to me.
So
I
this
like
one,
it.
the one closest to you is probably going to be this one. So we'll say you run forward then, and how do you want to attack it? How do you want to do this?
I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in like one of these. Just try to go straight for the body. Just slice. Still like this with the other sword, just in case.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit DC for the first. $18 hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Yeah, high damage, boo.
Bitch.
God damn.
Jesus.
It's
So-
literally not giving us high damage at all.
This,
That's wild.
so you do hit it, but he's very on guard. This is like kind of like this very obviously seems to be the most combat trained of the goblins that you guys are dealing with at the moment. So you slice at him, and he takes a step back, but it still cuts his chest enough to just a little bit of blood kind of splurts out, and you do have your other attack if you want to use that.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for the same chest hit. I'm aiming. So I'm just gonna jab like pretty much where I already hit once.
He's gonna thrust.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll the hit DC.
Jesus.
So it was.
Yo, please get high damage on this motherfucking roll.
Hold on, let me see. Almost a 20. That was a 20. You could have pulled something off pretty wild.
Yeah.
But that was still very good. So roll the damage.
Come on. It's better.
Not bad.
Better.
So now with the stab, it's kind of almost the same thing that you did to the first goblin. But kind of reverse. Where the first one that you attacked, you stabbed and then slashed. This one you did the slash and then the stab, and it causes him to kind of similar to the other one. He jumps back a little bit, but not far, and he just starts panting and kind of slaps his own face and then just lets out a loud roar and kind of just readies himself like he's trying to stay focused, like he doesn't want to let the pain get to him. Like you can see in his face that like it hurt him quite a bit. And do you want to move anywhere before your end of your turn, or you want to stay here and just kind of be a wall?
Let's just be a wall.
All right.
I'm good with that.
So
Just to make sure.
you know that you're able to recognize that this goblin's still the healthiest one out of all of them, and you kind of just post up, ready to defend, making sure that he still can't get to Ricky Spanish in case he tries to. And with that, it is now Balthazar's turn.
I again focus my attack on the one that tried to hit me, which I believe is the one that's right there in front of me.
It's
At the
this
horse's
one.
ass.
No, it's this
That's
one
the
over here.
farthest one. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Because this one
Then
came down from the top and got hit.
How far is he from me?
About this one over here is about 20 feet away, so it's still not super far.
Okay. Alright. I'm still gonna attack him. I'm hellbent on revenge.
Okay, are you trying to do another Eldritch Blast or?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, don't
and
miss this time.
Roll the hit DC. 12, but now roll a d6. So on the bottom left, click on the dice and then click
Yep.
on a d6 and roll it. You're gonna add that to it.
That's a 6.
Nice. This
So
one
18.
does hit. Go ahead and roll for damage on Eldritch Blast.
Please give me a high number.
9. Nice.
9.
10. 10.
The wand is a plus
Because
1.
my
yeah, the
wand
wand is plus one,
is
that's
plus
right, yeah.
1.
Good. Good.
Cool.
So
That's not bad.
you cast Eldritch Blast at this one, and you're still very, very angry, holding a grudge against it. He tries to dive out of the way again, but his dumbass dives down and into the wall where the Eldritch Blast just hits him square in the chest, and would have sent him flying, but then he hits this little kind of rocky outcrop, like right here, and just bounces out the rock and just kind of hits the ground right here and starts trying to stand up. And at this point, you see he's just like kind of like drooling out of his mouth as he's like holding his sword, and he's just kind of like smacking his hand into the ground because he's very frustrated that he just got hit by the same attack that he thought he so easily dodged earlier. You want to move anywhere? Or you want to? What else do you want to do?
Now, I'm looking at my character sheet, and I have a Fey presence, but I think that's, something I can do instead of using one of my spells. Am I correct?
Let me see. Yeah, you would need to do that in place of one of your spells because it's as an action.
All right. Then I'm moving closer to him because I'm going to finish him off.
Okay. Do you want to like go, like kind of jump over the horse and
Yep,
get in real close to him? All right. So
because I got something for him.
you run up and you jump over the horse because you don't want to get too close to the other goblin that's here, not
Yeah.
dead, and you stand. Are you standing directly over him, or are you staying like a couple feet back?
I'm standing directly over him.
All right.
Mhm.
And with that, it is now this. I believe it was this goblin. It's his turn, and this goblin's gonna get up, and he thinks he's gonna try to get some revenge. So he tries to run forward, and he wants to swing at Ricky Spanish, but his arm is hurt. So let me see here.
Go down to my saves.
So go ahead and for
What
under the
saving
saving
throw, baby?
throw, roll a um, roll a Constitution saving throw for me again.
Oh, it's better.
Better,
bad.
and that's enough for you to see that he's attacking much slower than before, and you're able to jump back just in time to completely avoid the hit. And now this goblin
Nice.
is standing there, and it's just stomping its feet and shouting, very frustrated still, just like the one that Balthazar had encountered. And then from there, it is now your turn, Ricky Spanish.
All right.
Go finish him off, man.
I am. I'm gonna fuck this dude up. So I'm gonna get in close to the battle axe again.
All right, you're gonna run in
Just
and go
fuck
ahead
this guy.
and roll to hit.
Cool.
11. I will say, because you did damage his armor, that it is going to hit. Kind of similar as before. You're gonna want to roll the damage, the same one that you rolled before, but we're gonna knock 4 off of whatever you roll.
God damn. No, I'm gonna get fucking. I got 6 plus the 2 would be 8, and then
He's going to tickle him.
yeah, basically scratch him.
All right. So you hit him, and he kind of falls down and hits the ground. And at this point, this goblin is not dead, but he is knocked unconscious. And
Works for me.
so at the very least,
Lich knocks one of them out.
oh, and apparently Michael needs more feeling when acting out his moves, according to chat.
What? Who said that? Who else wants the smoke?
Everybody!
So, one goblin is down, and at this point,
Knock
it
that
is
boy out.
now this goblin's turn again, and it wants revenge, and it wants to take another chance to try to hit Michael.
Oh no,
So
thick
he's gonna
dick.
run in and he swings at Thick Dick, but again, it's the exact same thing as last time. Thick Dick sees it coming, kind of parries it with one of the swords, but doesn't even really move back this time. He just parries it with one of the swords, and then he you just kind of look at him and like shake your head like, come on, bro, what the fuck are you doing? And with that, the goblin is going to attempt to
Really?
hide. And the goblin, damn. Okay, so with that, you kind of demoralize this goblin, but he runs back and he's able to climb up this embankment using his bonus action to hide, and he's able to make it just far enough to where he gets up this small hill and starts making a break for these bushes over here. Next up, we have this goblin's turn. This goblin is a much different story. So we're going to see. This goblin is pleading for his life with Zaya right now. This goblin tells you that.
See.
Let me see. Oh my god, I had notes and it's not doing it. This goblin looks at you and he says, "No, no, don't kill me. My name is Dalk, and I can give you information about where they took the two from the horses." And you kind of look at him and you're trying to decide if you should even listen to him or not, because you aren't sure. He's just speaking like pretty vague. Like, he did say the two from the horses, but obviously like they could have just walked up and there could have just been like two horses that like someone else could have came up and killed the horses and robbed the like done whatever to Gundren and Sildar. So he's trying to convince you that he knows something about them, but he's only giving you very like vague general details that anyone walking by would provide. And he does try to crawl another couple feet away, but he doesn't get very far. And now it is Zaya's turn.
He's still trying to crawl away from me.
He crawled away a little bit as he's begging for his life, and as he had turned around and was trying to convince you that he knows where the two owners of the horses are.
I want to try and hit him with a charm person, which is a wisdom save of 13.
Okay. And it works.
Nice.
Fun fact, he actually rolled a 2, so.
Oh, great.
So she
he-
really
Fuck
charmed
that
him.
goblin.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
She really charmed him.
It knows it's close to death, and it is desperate, so it does not have a lot
He's
of
the only
mental
one on the field that likes her.
fortification. But let me pull this up.
Listen, I am very charming, especially the goblins.
Clearly.
Okay.
So he's charmed for an hour.
Yeah. And
So I-
so it's just friendly to you now.
Yeah.
So,
So I say, you
Let's
stay
do it,
there.
Arno.
You stay there. You don't move. And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to move back towards the other not much less friendly goblins.
Are you gonna try to like go as far as you can go?
As far as I can go, yeah.
Okay, or you want to go towards the top or over towards the?
Towards the
Cause,
bottom
'cause
goblin.
this one's knocked out. He's not dead, but he's unconscious. So there's
Oh,
like
okay.
two other goblins, and they're both hurt about the same amount.
I guess sort of towards the middle then.
Okay,
Closer to Thick Dick.
so we'll put you right there.
Yeah.
And the
'Cause
goblin
both those two are-
looks at you and goes, "Yes, ma'am," and just kind of sits on the ground, and he's got his feet in front of him and his arms by his side, and he's got like a dumb grin on his face, and he's like kind of blushing a little bit. And with that, it is now this goblin's turn, and this goblin is definitely feeling the effects of the last spell, but he's able to get to his feet, and he's going to take
Oh,
a wild
shucks.
swing. To see, and his swing does connect. Let's see.
Oh no.
What we're doing. Come on. So he gets
Yeah,
up and
I
he's
have my
very
next move
angry.
planned out.
He gets up and he's very angry that you would hit him. And so as he comes up, he stabs at you and he hits you in the lower right abdomen, and about 2.5 inches of the sword go into your abdomen before you're able to kind of stumble back, and you take 5 points of damage from piercing damage from this
Jesus.
scimitar. And then the goblin will, just like the other goblin, he is going to attempt to hide. And he's able to kind of just duck down behind the butt of this horse. And then from there, it is Thick Dick's turn.
Wait, already? That was
Yeah.
quick. Alright. Let's see. What can I should probably get up on that goblin.
This is about a
Kind of near.
8-foot, like not straight up and down, kind of like a little steeper than like a
Incline.
45-degree angle, like a little bit steeper.
22?
Probably like instead of being like
60.
it's this, yeah, it's probably like that, like a pretty steep hill. Like it's
Alright,
not
let's run it.
unrealistic to be able to climb it.
Let's run at the goblin that's next to the horse's butt on the left side.
This one,
He's unconscious.
Yeah.
he's knocked out.
Oh, he's unconscious.
Yeah,
Alright. Can I get to the other one?
this one up here.
The one on the right?
Oh, the far
Should
right.
be able to.
Yeah.
You can get close to him, but I don't think you can get close enough to swing from where you're at, because you would have to jump over the horses or run
Gotcha.
around the horses. So you can
All right,
close in on it, but
let's go after the guy on the top.
okay. Go ahead and roll an athletics check for me to see how well you make it up there. Okay.
Oh, damn.
You pretty much jump right up the hill, like you two
Yeah.
Said, I'm
steps,
coming, boy.
2 steps up the hill, and you're right on top of this goblin. Like, and he just eyes go wide, and it's like and
Yeah,
like doesn't know what to do.
he knows what's about to happen.
I'm assuming you're going to attack, so go ahead and roll
Yeah.
for the hit. 17 hits.
Nice.
Are you going to attack with both swords or just the one?
Let's just do both. Let's
Both?
just finish him
So
off.
roll
Yeah.
for the other one too. Both hit.
There
Bruh.
we go.
Go
Not
ahead.
sure
And
how much damage he does.
go ahead and roll damage for both.
That's okay.
Both 9.
Hey, I mean 9's pretty good because like what is the
That's
D
18.
that you're
Yeah.
rolling? Yeah, that's actually really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So how do you want to do it?
Oh. Can I Dooku this bitch?
If you wanna
Or-
be Anakin,
yeah.
you
Go for
can
it.
get it.
Yeah, bro. I'm fucking.
Okay.
I don't do the front flip though, cause that's too much.
Yeah.
But I hit him with one of these. Doink. Cut his head off.
So you run up the hill, basically 2 steps and you're up it. Very quick. At this point, your adrenaline's like flowing, and you're like, oh no, you're not getting the fuck away because he did some damage earlier. You run up, and right as he's trying to get away, you kick the back of his leg like kids would do in like middle school and high school,
Yeah.
and cause his leg to trip him, and he falls down, and then he kind of starts to get up, and he turns and looks at you, and he's on his knees, and right as he faces you, he sees your 2 swords cross, and in one swift motion, his head goes tumbling down the hill. His body slumps
Nice.
over, and this goblin is dead,
Bitch.
and his head rolls and kind of bounces off of Ricky Spanish's foot.
Uh.
And
What up?
then,
All right. So
One down.
now I'm getting a burst of confidence, and I wanna. Can I still use that spell that I used before?
which one?
The thaumaturgy.
Let me check
What?
real quick. It's his.
Cause I want to yell
He's a
something real
tiefling.
loud.
It's something that he gets to himself.
Oh,
Does it say that it requires an action in the description? I'm almost there.
it's one action.
Okay, so you can
Oh,
reuse
is
it.
it? Dang it! All right, I'm just gonna start moving towards everybody else.
Okay, so you use a little bit of movement getting up there, so you take a couple slow, confident steps and just slide on your feet down the hill and just kind of dust your pants off. And now it is Balthazar's turn.
So I charge to the goblin hiding behind the butt.
Loop around to the bottom of him. All right.
Yep. You said he's still standing, right?
He's kind of like hiding, like he's trying to hide. So he's like kind of like laying on his side almost, but like enough to where he could get up and try to sprint off.
Crap. Okay.
But you did close the distance on him, and you're kind of standing over him a little bit.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I am going to pull my twig from my pouch, and I am going to attack with Witch Bolt. Because I'm done playing with this fool.
1 second here.
I feel like you've been chasing the same goblin. I've attacked 3 of them. Step it up, Chris.
Okay,
I'm about to explode this
Did
bitch
I
like
knocked one of
confetti.
them out?
so
Hi.
Gigi!
go ahead and roll the hit.
Yes, sir. Hit that damage.
1 second.
Thank God.
19 plus 6. Perfect. Okay. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Oh, I can't use that sound. Shit. I was gonna use this. I was gonna use the sound from the other from the other soundboard, but I can't.
Your witch bolt. You're standing
Plus one.
directly.
Holy
You're
shit.
standing directly over him, so
So it's
a
a
little bit
13.
of overkill, and then you have the +1 from the wand.
Like I said, I'm gonna blow him up like confetti.
He's mad as fuck.
And you're pretty much gonna at this range, the witch bolt doesn't even need to like disconnect from your wand, so you're almost like Sith lightning out of your wand at him currently,
Straight up arc.
and as you're sitting there electrocuting him, once the electricity fades, you see his body is just laying there, eyes rolled in the back of his head, and he's just twitching. And then he slumps over, and you just see like kind of bile and stomach acid and vomit like kind of pouring out of his mouth as
And
he
he poops.
slumps over, and you're and soil
Yeah,
himself
because
as well.
he's dead.
That lightning contracted like all kinds of muscles, and this goblin is now dead. So we now have one charmed near death, we have one unconscious near death, and two super dead goblins. And with that, it is
I
going.
am. Oh,
Yeah, I mean you can move somewhere if you want to.
I was gonna move back to the unconscious one.
You can't make it that far, but you can move about that far.
Closer. I stopped making my way back towards the other one.
Making my way
Yeah.
to the hood, sipping that yak.
And from here, now it is going back to Ricky Spanish's turn.
Cool.
And
I want to stand over that fucking unconscious one.
End him.
Oh yeah,
End
I'm gonna
his
hit.
ass.
I'm gonna hit him with the battle axe.
Ricky,
Roll
if you
to
do
hit.
not finish him, I will.
It
Nah,
would be
Will.
so shitty if it gave me something real low. Like he's unconscious. It better
Like a
hit.
10?
Nah, 10's cool.
Like a 10?
He's unconscious. If it doesn't
Yeah,
hit, then what
now-
the fuck?
Go ahead and roll for
He
damage.
can't move. So
Yeah.
you
Dude, if
just
you
pick
get-
your axe up and you just
Alright, there we
miss
go.
him.
He's
That's
gonna
good
drop
damage.
it.
Completely
Yeah.
whip it.
11 plus the prophecy, baby.
Oh,
Pick the axe
fuck.
up and you're like, your life is mine, and you just turn around and slam it at the ground and cut a pumpkin in half, and you're like, everyone's like, where the
Shit.
fuck did you get a pumpkin at?
Full of fucking Cheney.
So
I got him. Wham!
you walk up, you press the axe down to his neck, and you raise it up executioner style, and lop his head off. This unconscious goblin's head
What?
rolls a couple feet away, and
him-
he is now confirmed dead. And with that, now it is this goblin's turn over here. And I will say that Zaya, you saw these other
he
three
still charmed?
goblins get murdered. He's charmed for like an hour, and
Yeah.
it's only a few seconds for each person's turn in one round of combat. So he's charmed for fucking, might as well say forever.
Ever.
You would have to like
forever, yeah.
leave. You'd have to like leave and come back for him
Come
to
back.
not be charmed. But since it is his turn and he's sitting here and you told him not to move, you turn your attention back over to him. And so now you're looking back at the goblin that you charmed, and he just kind of
He
waves
decides
at you, and it's just like you told him to wait,
he is hopelessly in love.
and he's just hanging out. So Zaya, go ahead.
Carry you to there.
I am gonna go back over to that goblin. I'm gonna say, hey, thanks for waiting.
No problem.
Sorry about your friends.
They were dicks. Not
Yeah.
my friends.
Not our friends either, clearly. So, what's up with the horses?
Belonged to some small guy and some big guy.
Cool. Where are they now?
We took them. Some of my buddies to our hideout.
Oh, so these goblins weren't your friends, but you do have friends.
Yeah. I'm not a loser. I promise. I swear.
Cool.
I'm a cool guy.
You sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Shut up, you're not in this conversation.
Dolk. Dolk is a cool goblin. Dolk has all friends.
So where are your friends?
They're in a cave. Not far from here.
If we keep following this road, would that lead us to the cave?
This road? No, there's another road. Another road. Not this one.
Another road.
I would say I could help and just take you there, but I kind of having trouble getting up and walking.
Okay. Stay here for a moment. I need to go talk to my buds real quick. I'll be right back.
No problem.
I'm gonna walk back over to the people just to reconvene, and see what they want to do.
And I will say at this point, because he's charmed, we're gonna pretty much say that combat has concluded,
Oh no.
and it's charmed. It can't lie to her or anything. We're gonna say combat is concluded, and go ahead and
Oh, XP, baby.
yeah. So there's going to be, let's see here.
Manage experience.
I'm not done with that goblin yet.
Well, hold off until he could tell us where the hell things are.
I mean, or you can take it into your own hands and interrupt. It's
Not yet.
Wait, where's
uh,
the XP?
so
Right next to your character portrait on the character
Oh.
sheet.
Coolio.
Just not sure how to
yeah, I'm trying to think.
manage experience.
I'm trying to think here.
No, if you
how much?
if you click on the bar next to the character sheet, another like pop up should come up, and then
Yeah,
you can
manage
hit manage experience.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the amount I want to give you guys for doing that.
Oh,
15
is it not a
million.
set amount to
Go
get you after
ahead,
that?
because each one's worth a certain amount of
Ah,
experience, which is why for more big, broad campaigns, people will do milestone instead of experience, which means that you would have to complete like a notable encounter. So like in order to level up, so you wouldn't get experience from things, but like if you
Like we did, like
if you fought a boss and won, then you would then you would be awarded a level up at the end of it, kind of deal.
or like once we get to the city or whatever it is that we're traveling to, we'd get a level.
It would typically be more for like a big combat thing.
Oh, all right, that's fair. Okay.
Just because there would still have to be some level of earn. But go ahead, and that was a pretty. That could have gone south real fast. I will say Thick Dick proved his name true in that, and if it wasn't for
It's
him
thick.
wounding two of the goblins early on,
could have went bad.
someone probably would have been pretty damn hurt. So add 250 experience. Just
Yeah,
shy
dude, let's
of.
go.
Boom.
Nice.
Perfect. Oh, I didn't even start the fucking encounter. I'm dumb. I wasn't tracking it. So this one is gonna be. Let me update this real quick. And then your guys are updated, and this one is that as well.
I need to get up to level 5.
That's gonna be a bit.
So
This campaign's only
a long
designed
way
to get
going.
you. This whole campaign, that all the chapters included, is really only designed to get you guys up to like level 4 for these characters. Basically, it's like 3 different like major chapters, and we're like halfway through the first chapter at this point.
Let's go.
But
It's like 2.5 hours.
yeah, that's mainly because we have to
Yeah.
do a lot of exposition at the beginning of it,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
just kind of get into the flow of things. Once we do our next session, it's gonna go pretty quick, especially because we're probably gonna call it pretty soon. But for now, let's go ahead and finish up what's going on here. You guys got 250 experience, and then we have the one goblin left alive. He's close to death, and he's charmed, and you can go back and Zay, you said you wanted to go back and try to talk to everyone, so everyone's kind of come together a little bit, and yeah, go for it.
What did the goblin say to you?
He said if we follow this path, we're not gonna get to the people whose name, the horse people, little
Gun-
guy, big guy,
Yeah.
little
and
guy, big
Sildar.
guy. Yeah. Apparently this path is not the way we want to go, but he
Path
does
out.
have some buddies in
I'm
a
gonna-
cave
I'm gonna
somewhere.
chime in and say this road leads you to Phandalin, where you were supposed to take the cart to. But Gundren and Sildar appear to have been taken
By these goblins.
by other goblins. There were more here, but they were captured alive. He did confirm that because he said they were taken, not killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to chime in. So continue. Not you,
Yeah.
cat, yelling at me.
I'm trying to figure out, like, he's a pretty cool guy when he's charmed. I don't think he's gonna be that cool for that long.
Then we
But
use
I-
them for what we can get now, and then we get rid of them.
Yeah, he said he could show us where the cave is, but he can't really walk, and I definitely can't pick this little goblin dude up. I don't know how to. I mean, we could put him on the cart, but I definitely can't get him on the cart.
We can't put him on the cart. I don't trust him on the cart. He'll
I
take
can-
what's
I
on
can-
there.
I can carry him. I can carry him on my back.
All right.
Just make
we'll
sure he
carry him
has no weapons.
We'll
Well-
carry him for a little bit until the charm spell wears off.
Yeah,
and
then
then
we'll-
we'll dump him and dispose of him, and we'll continue on.
Yeah, he apparently these goblins weren't his friends, but the other ones are his friends. He said he's a real cool guy with a lot of friends. I don't know how many we're talking. But it probably won't be that cool in about an hour.
Then we need to get going.
They just die.
They're gonna get
Wah! They're gonna get that thick dick meat, you know what I mean? That clapping steams. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
Aw.
you might be able to ask the goblin if he knows what that means. I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's putting a sword through their heart.
But we gotta go. If we're gonna
decide-
go,
we
we
can-
gotta go.
alright,
We
let's
can
skedaddle.
decide how we
Fuck outta
torture him
here.
later. Go get him. We need to grab the cart and let's go.
So the cart, just so you guys are refresh everyone's memories, basically by this rock over here. So, so what are you doing? I mean, I heard it, but you're like,
Oh,
I'm
Alright,
getting back on the cart.
Yeah, we'll go back to the cart and
Well, first,
can
pick
actually,
him up. Oh, I need to
we
pick
can
his
act-
ass up.
yeah,
Well,
I'm
actually,
gonna.
we can- Go ahead.
I'm gonna go back to the goblin and just say, "Hey, my bud's gonna pick you up, so we can you can show us the way to the cave, right? If you direct him."
I mean, I could show you to where the trailhead that leads to the cave is, but I can't walk down it with you with my legs in this condition.
Put him on the bison.
If I were healed up, I could probably walk down the trail with you and maybe help you avoid some of the traps and things of that nature that are down on the trail. But I could definitely get you to the trailhead. You won't be able to get that big old cart down the trail, though. You're gonna have to go on foot once you get there.
Right. Put him on the
All right.
bison.
All right, we're just gonna we're gonna put you on that bison. Bison,
What's a
Oh, there we
bison?
go. I'll carry him to
a
the
French bison.
bisons. Slap him on that horned bitch.
Okay. We're gonna put him on there. I'm gonna get back on the cart.
All right. So, is there anything else anybody else wants to do?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too. Killed everything, pillaged everything. Nobody died. We're good.
All right. Let's get going.
All right. So you start to go down
Goblin, show us the way.
You start to go down the road, and off here, I don't have a map for it, but off to the side, there's like a little tiny trail And he was right. You definitely cannot take the cart down with the ox. It's too big. It's like maybe two people can walk shoulder to shoulder, very like close, like shoulders bumping against each other to get down the trail. But it's a pretty windy trail. It doesn't go very far. It would probably take about 20 minutes or so to get down the trail to this cave. So you're at the trailhead. All right, here it is. Just like I said.
Goblin, this is the way. This is the way to your cave.
Yep, that trail. Like I said, there's some booby traps, and I would show you how to dodge them, but I can't really
I
walk
can
super good.
I can carry him down the trail. Just make sure he has no weapons.
No, we have no use for him. He's shown us.
Bro, we can't just kill him yet.
Yes, we can.
Booby traps is like a viable reason to keep him alive.
I mean, if he's still gonna be charmed for the 20 minutes, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
We could throw him off for the last booby trap if he want.
Yeah,
Dear God.
easy claps. Easy clap. Chris
Yeah,
just
like,
wants to kill him.
like,
I get it.
Yeah, he just wants to end it. I know. We went through some shit, but
Yeah, I
don't
put
want
him through
booby
that
traps.
shit.
I had enough of that booby traps.
Fine. We'll bring him
Let
with
him,
us.
can Ricky Spanish carry him?
Yeah, can I roll for that?
You did
I
take some
can't.
damage during the
Yeah, we haven't
combat.
rested up yet either.
Yeah, and
So,
if you did
I'm
stop
still
to
at 8.
rest, his charm would wear off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask our little goblin friend, like, hey, is there a spot where we could like make a camp before the cave? Like, is it a far walk? Is it a short walk? Is it
No,
like
it's
a
not. It's not
medium walk?
far. Maybe 15, 20 minutes, but it's so windy, and there's so many booby traps spread throughout it, and a few off the trail for people that try to see one and go around, maybe to catch them by surprise. That they, you could go pretty quick if you knew where the traps were, but without knowing where the booby traps are, and I can't really explain that to you because it all kind of looks the same as you're going. But I could disable them if I were able to walk on my own. It's
So
probably about 15, 20-minute walk if you were being cautious and were able to dodge all the traps.
Can we
So
just
I'm
bandage my arm up?
I'm gonna
Zay,
yeah, I'm gonna pull the rest of them inside and be like, so I I could heal this guy. The problem is I'm feeling a little tired. I don't know if I could heal anyone else after that. We might need to find a spot to sleep.
I mean, you
So-
could heal him. We can get to the camp off him, and then just rest and then bandage my arm. I'd be
I
fine.
will say that if you wanted to see if you could do like a partial heal on him and not do like a spell to like heal him to full health, I could
just his
have one of
ability to
you
walk.
roll a medicine check. Medicine should be on your skills. It goes off of
Ooh,
wisdom.
I have medicine.
we all have medicine.
So
Fuck you.
that is a potential option.
I don't know. Everybody had medicine.
Well, everyone's got the things for it.
Yeah, you all have
You
the
don't-
same skills.
yeah.
It's just some of you are
It's
better
just-
than others at certain things.
Mm.
But you could.
So should we all do a medicine check, and whoever has the highest apply the partial cure?
I mean, fucking you guys.
Is that
I'm gonna say
is that an
whoever-
option?
Not all of you, because
Because I have a -2
when
on
you
my
roll the
wisdom.
check, that means you're going to be attempting to do it. So if all of you did it and you all rolled real good, then you probably come close to fully healing him, which is the whole reason you would do it this way and not use a spell or something, is to avoid healing him that much. So,
Well, I have a -2 on my wisdom, so
but if you go to your skill
Well,
check, what does it say?
mine would be low.
You could
The
see
only
medicine in
ones
it.
I have a +1 and Balthazar has a +2 and everyone else has zeros.
So
But I don't think
Zaya, you and I
Balthazar's
should roll.
gonna Yeah.
Listen, I don't like the little shit. I'll be perfectly
Mhm.
honest. But if this gets us to the cave and we can keep him in check, I'll just kill him when we get down there.
You know, normally I'd think that that was pretty negative coming for you, but he is kind of starting to creep me out a little bit. So let's just get through this. Um, he's I didn't think goblins would be that creepy. Are they always that creepy?
Yeah.
Then let's do this. Let me partially heal him, and
Even
then
the
you can
nice
cast
ones.
it. And then you can cast your charm again, so we can keep him under control for as long as we need to get down this trail.
So go ahead and click on the medicine check to roll the check for it. All
Damn.
right. So you were able to go ahead and partially heal him. You actually have quite enough medicine um, that. Do you want to heal him just enough so he can walk, or like a little more
Just
so?
enough, just enough so he can walk.
Okay. So we're
Just
gonna.
enough so he can walk and disarm the booby traps that he claims are on this trail.
Well, he can't lie right now. He's charmed. Everything he's saying is
Fine,
definitely true.
fine. Heal him enough to walk and
Cool.
disarm the traps.
All right. So you lean down and you give him some medicine. You put some medicine on his wound, and you kind of put a wrap around his leg, and then
Make sure
he
it's extra tight.
he kind of slides down off of the ox, and then steps around, kind of goes like this, and it's like, oh, yeah, it still hurt, but nope, I can definitely take you down the trail and make I can stop the traps, no problem. Leave it to dog. And so with that, you start following him down the trail, and every couple feet, you see him go, and then he runs over to the side of the road, fiddles with something, and you see a trap about 3 more feet ahead, kind of spring. And he does this about like 8 or 9 times he before you guys start to come to the end of the path. And which case, if you go back to the map thing, uh, the battle map page, you will see this, and I'm not going to bother putting another goblin token on here, but you come to a clearing and you've been going up alongside a stream, and from there you see on the other side of the little stream is a very thick kind of wooded spot that you can't really see anything through. And then as it goes up, you can see it kind of curves off to the right, and then you see there's an opening, and then on the other side of the stream, on the east side of the stream, you can see like a little path, and you see footprints that look to be goblin footprints that are just littering the entrance, looking like they were coming from both in and out. Like it's a very heavily trafficked area, and um, it took you about 10 minutes to get down here with him disabling the traps. He moved at a pretty quick pace. So at this point, he's charmed for, I'd say, probably, because you guys took time to deliberate, he's probably got another 20 minutes left on being charmed. And you're now standing outside, and it looks like it's a pretty decent spot that you can make camp too. As he did tell you earlier, uh, outside of the entrance of their little hideout was a good clearing for you to make camp, and that seems to be what this little clearing that you're seeing is.
Goblin, are there any more booby traps between here and the entrance to the cave?
Uh, Booby traps? No, no. Uh,
Anything else we should know before we walk into that cave?
uh,
Other than a bunch of your friends are in there.
there's typically 2 guards out in that on the other side of that thicket before going in the cave. You can see up where it curves. Typically 2 guards that are in the back as like kind of like an ambush, but I don't know which goblins would be there guarding. It could be any number of them. But beyond that, if the 2 guards are there, and then you see the goblin just start doing this, trying to count on his fingers, and he's just like doing it completely wrong. And he says, "Yeah, I think that's right. 2 there. Let me see. Depending on if the 2 are out front or not, there should be no more than at most 20 of it, 20 left in the cave. But I'm not sure how many are there because some of them left on orders to go report in with the small man from the horse."
If we make camp, are we gonna be seen?
Are you
Alright.
asking the goblin?
Are you asking the
Like-
goblin or?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, depending on when they change the cards, a light could attract some attention. So, it possibly, but it's not guaranteed. I don't even know if there's any goblins or any of my friends around the corner up there. There could be. What was that?
Oh, she heard you. Talk that shit and bounce out. What up, Keeks?
So yeah, the goblin Dalk did say that you could make camp here, and he doesn't know for sure if there's any goblins that are in the assigned posts around the tree grove to the right across the stream, and you can't really see through it because it's too thick. But he did tell you that there are potentially 20, but definitely no more than that because that's how many were here before. Some of them had to leave and take the small man from the horse to their main hideout. So he doesn't know how many could still be in the cave. And I'd say you got about 15 minutes left on the enchantment or the charm. If you
As
have
a
any questions.
as a question, not to the goblin or anything, was the small man Gundren or the other guy?
Yeah.
Gundren, because Gundren's a dwarf and Sildar's a human.
The Sildar's probably still in the cave.
Yeah. So
Save
the
his
human
ass.
so the humans still may be in the cave. We don't know how many are in there. We're all still a little hurting from the last battle.
You're free to
Just to
ask the
kill him
goblin
and
any other
rest.
questions. Or you can kill him and set up camp.
Yeah. If nobody has questions, it's
I want to cut his neck.
I want to blast him to smithereens.
No, I'm gonna cut his neck. I called dibs.
How
I
about
attacked him earlier.
how about Michael stabs him, throws him
No.
up, and you
No.
give him a fucking
No.
dirty firework?
No, I wanna make him look at the flowers, bro. Like they did on The Walking Dead.
If you can hit him.
What do you mean if I can hit him?
We ain't battle. He gonna die. I'll throw him
He's
off the
gonna
cliff.
die, bro.
Are we all in agreement? Just off him and go make camp.
Let me cut his neck.
I don't give a fuck.
You guys good with that?
I want to
am.
ask him one more question.
Alright, go for it.
I always let you do what you want, Michael.
One more question.
Yeah.
So the small dude, he's not in the cave anymore?
No.
Is the
Nah.
human in there?
The human, the big horse guy, yeah, he's in there. He's in the eating cave. But the
Oh,
small
fuck.
one, we had orders from the what were the name? It was King Groll at our castle was hired by. He was hired to capture the small guy and his map, and we were to not murder and take him to the castle. So they should be a couple taking him to the castle, but I don't know how many. But yeah, the big human, the big guy from the horses would be in the eating cave, and the small guy is probably either on his way or already at our castle, Cragmaw Castle. That's at least that's what our leader Clark had told us.
Clark?
Clark.
With a G.
Yeah.
With a G.
Mhm.
Hmm. And at this point, I'm out of questions. So,
Sick.
Okay.
uh,
Dick.
I'm
I
gonna put my cat down.
yeah, Zaya is one. She's freaked out by this goblin, but she's still gonna turn around just out of respect because he was kind of like a little buddy at this point. So she doesn't really necessarily want to see any of this.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up behind him, punch him in the back of the head, and just slice his neck.
God damn! I was gonna say make it painless. God, Jesus.
No, that's why I punch him in the back of the head. I make him unconscious, and then
Oh my God. Tieflings, what are you
wasted
gonna do?
time.
What are you gonna do? You gotta satiate their bloodlust sometimes. Have at it.
So you
Good
walk
fighting,
up
buddy.
and
Donkey
kinda
punch him.
punch him in the back of the head, and right before he can make a sound, you cut his throat, and you push his body down into the water so it can go down the stream. And you guys are free to make camp, or you can go back down since he disabled all the traps and make camp at the start of the trail. If making camp is something you wanted to do.
I would say let's go back to the
I
wagon and make camp there.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm fine with that. It'd
I'm
be the
fine with that.
safest. Since all the traps are disabled, we could just come down.
Yeah.
yeah.
Goblins could come out. I will say that there is a chance that a patrol could be sent out. And at this point,
And they can notice.
you
They
know
can notice that
Sildar
there's
is
none
in
trapped.
there in a place called the Eating Cave, and
Hmm.
in a section of this area called the Eating Cave, and you know that while there's no more than 20, there still could be 20 or less goblins in that cave, and 4 just kind
Yeah,
of did a lot.
fuck me up.
So you guys are walking back down the trail to make
Walk
camp.
back down the
Yeah.
trail.
To
Yeah.
We
need-
set up
all
camp next to.
Yeah, that's
right.
a lot of goblins.
So you walk back down the trail, and it's much quicker. It takes you about 5 minutes this time because you're kind of moving more briskly. You don't have this little goblin guy with you. As you're running down the trail, trying to be quiet about it, you do run past his body slowly floating, and you kind of do run right past it, and until you go, the trail kind of curves off, and then the river curves off a different direction. And you make it back to the wagon, and you go ahead and you just make sure the wagon's out of the road. You make sure the ox is fine and has food and water, and you set up your camp and make a nice meal, sit by the fire, treat your wounds, and if there's nothing else, then you guys can turn in for the night, and then or something else. Does that sound good?
No, that works.
All right.
Now, would
So
this be
Alright.
considered a short rest or a long
this
rest?
will be
I'm
a long
hungry as
rest.
fuck.
A long rest.
Long rest. And that
I would imagine,
we
unless
should.
you wanted it to be a short rest to shorten the chance of goblins coming, because I think you guys
I'm
should
gonna
be able to
long.
full heal. But long rest, if you used any abilities that need a long rest between, now would be the time to do that. But if
Do it
you,
before we go in there.
yeah,
So should I do
It's up
I
to
think
you
it was-
guys. If you do the long rest, there's a higher chance that the goblins will reset some of the booby traps on the path, or if you do but you'll recover any abilities and guarantee full heal. But if you do a short rest, you'll probably I'll say you'll still full heal. But if you had any abilities that needed a long rest between charges, those won't come back.
All right, I'm gonna do
Does
a short
anybody
rest.
does anybody need a long rest for their abilities?
No, I'm a short rest.
No.
I think spells only recover with a long rest.
Where's the rest under? Trying to
Whatever
find it.
rest, you all have
Yeah.
to do the same rest.
Oh, okay.
I will
Yeah,
say, unless you
if
split the party and some people go ahead.
yeah, if we wanted to recover spells, we'd have to do a long rest.
Where does it say that?
That's just the long rest rules.
Oh, okay.
Because it
I
uses a spell
I don't know.
slot.
I'm just asking.
It uses a spell slot when you cast your spell. So when you cast Witch Bolt, it used your spell slot that you had, and
So you can't
you can't
yeah.
use Witch Bolt again until you do a long rest.
or any other spells other than cantrips.
It's like
Yeah.
I'm down for a short rest.
I mean, the rest of my spells are cantrips, so I could always use those just in case.
Yeah, I can only do one heal and then I'm out of spell slots. So if we get into real tough shape, like that's it.
So decide unanimously, short or long.
Short.
Short for me.
Short.
All right.
Short rest it is. So you make camp and you kind of take a rest in shifts. One person always keeping watch, and you're only out for about 4-ish hours. The short rest seemed like it was going to be the best option because you had drinks with Gundren and Sildar, and you got along really well. All of you got along really well with both of them, and Sildar is being held in this cave, and Dalk the Goblin did mention that he was in the Eating Cave, which is going to be one of the chambers that are in this cave. And so with that, you guys decided to just take a quick break to heal your wounds, and not enough to get like a full night's sleep. But at that point, you recover from the short rest, and I will say go ahead and add that last 50 of experience points to your characters to put